Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Welcome to our online teaching academy, Ekaleva. Board CBSE Class 9 Subject Science. Today we are going to discuss about permanent tissues. In the previous class, we have discussed about meristematic tissue and its types. What do you mean by meristematic tissue? Meristematic tissue is the plant tissue that has the ability to divide throughout its life. Now, we shall discuss about what is permanent tissue. Some cells derived from meristematic tissue lose the ability to divide and take up specific role. These cells form permanent tissue. They are actually derived from meristematic tissues. They are termed as permanent tissue as they have permanent shape, size and function. Let us discuss about the characteristics of permanent tissues. The cells of the permanent tissues are larger in size. Cells of the permanent tissues are not closely arranged, so they have intercellular spaces between them. Cell wall is thin or thick. They have large vacuoles in the center. Permanent tissue consists of two types of tissues, namely simple permanent tissue and complex permanent tissue. There are three types of simple permanent tissue. They are parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Complex permanent tissue is of two types, namely xylem and phloem. What do you mean by simple permanent tissue? Tissues which are made up of similar types of cells are known as simple permanent tissue. Parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma are the three types of simple permanent tissue. Let us discuss about parenchyma. The parenchyma tissue is a living cell consists of unspecialized cells with thin cell walls. Cell wall is made up of cellulose. They could be oval, spherical or polygonal in shape. They contain dense cytoplasm with distinct nucleus and a large vacuole. They are loosely packed and have large intercellular spaces between them. Chlorenchyma and arenchyma are the two types of parenchyma. If the parenchyma cells contain chloroplast, then it is known as chlorenchyma. Since it contains a green pigment called chlorophyll, it performs photosynthesis. In aquatic plants, large air cavities are present in parenchyma to give buoyancy to the plants to help them float. Such a parenchyma type is called arenchyma. Following are the main functions of parenchyma. It provides support to plants. The parenchyma of stems and roots stores food, nutrients and water. Chlorenchyma cells contain chlorophyll that helps to perform photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the process of preparing food. Arenchyma cells help to give buoyancy to the aquatic plants to help them float. The intercellular spaces in parenchyma allow movement of gaseous exchange. We are going to discuss about the next type of simple permanent tissue, that is collenchyma. Collenchyma tissues consist of living cells. The collenchyma cells are elongated in shape. The cell wall is irregularly thickened at the corners, and there is very little intercellular space between the cells. Pectin and hemicellulose are the major constituents of the cell wall. Some of the collenchyma cells contain chloroplast. We can find this type of tissue in leaf stalks below the epidermis. Let us discuss about the functions of collenchyma. Collenchymatous tissue gives flexibility and strength to plants. It allows easy bending in various parts of the plant without breaking. It also provides mechanical support to the plants. The collenchyma tissues containing chloroplast are also useful in manufacturing sugar and starch. The next type of simple permanent tissue is sclerenchyma. The sclerenchymatous cells are dead cells. The cell wall is thickened due to lignin. Lignin is a chemical substance which acts as cement and hardens them. The cells are so closely packed that there are no intercellular spaces between the cells. They are present in stems, veins of leaves, roots, hard covering of seeds and nuts. Based on the structure, sclerenchyma cells are divided into two types, namely scleroids and fibers. Let us see about scleroids. Scleroids are dead cells. They are also called as stone cells. They are usually irregular in shape. However, they may be oval, spherical or dumbbell shaped also. They have pits. Pits are the thinner portions of the cell wall. Cell wall is very thick due to lignification. They are found in phloem, hard seeds, etc. They are mainly responsible for rigidity of the seed coat. Let us discuss about fibers. Fibers are long, narrow, thick and dead sclerenchyma cells. Cell wall is evenly thickened with lignin. They are usually polygonal in shape. They are found in the seed coat of some seeds. They are used for making ropes, bags, etc. The following are the main functions of sclerenchyma. Sclerenchyma cells provide strength, rigidity, flexibility, and elasticity to the plants. Sclerenchyma cells are mechanical and protective in function, thereby making the plant parts hard and stiff. It also makes fibers useful for commercial purposes. Let us discuss about protective tissues. There are two main protective tissues, namely epidermis and carc. Let us look at epidermis. Epidermis is the outermost layer of the plant body, such as leaves, flowers, stems, roots, etc. It is made of a single layer of cells. The epidermal cells are closely packed without intercellular spaces. The epidermis is covered by a waterproof layer called cuticle. The cuticle is made of waxy substance known as cutin, secreted by epidermal cells. The main function of epidermis is to protect all parts of the plant from injury. The epidermis of the leaf contains minute pores called stomata. Each stoma is bounded by two kidney-shaped cells called God cells. Each God cell is a modified epidermal cells with prominent nucleus, cytoplasm and plastid. The main functions of stomata are as follows. Stomata help in exchange of gases with the atmosphere at the time of photosynthesis and respiration. Transpiration also takes place through stomata. What is transpiration? Loss of water in the form of vapor is known as transpiration. Let us discuss about cark. As plants grow older, the epidermis of the stem gets replaced with secondary meristem called cork cambium. The cells of the cark are dead, rectangular in shape, and are arranged without intercellular spaces. The cells of the cork have a chemical called suberin in their walls, which makes these cells impermeable to water and gases. The main function of the cark is to protect the plant from injury. Let us discuss about the second type of permanent tissue, that is complex permanent tissue. A tissue that consists of several kinds of cells, but all of them function together as a single unit is called complex tissue. Thus, the complex tissues are made of more than one type of cells which coordinate to perform a common function. Complex permanent tissue is of two types, xylem and phloem. Xylem consists of four types of cells, tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma and xylem fibers. Phloem is made up of four types of elements, sieve tubes, companion cells, phloem parenchyma and phloem fibers. Let us discuss about xylem. Xylem is a vascular or conductive tissue and it consists of four types of cells, tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma and xylem fibers. Tracheids and vessels are the tubular structures. This allows them to transport water and minerals vertically. The parenchyma cells associated with xylem are known as xylem parenchyma. It stores food and helps in conducting water. The fibers of sclerenchyma associated with the xylem are known as xylem fibers. They are the dead cells and provide additional mechanical support. Let us see about phloem. Phloem consists of four types of elements, sieve tubes, companion cells, phloem parenchyma and phloem fibers. Sieve tubes are the conducting elements of the phloem. The end wall contains a number of pores and it looks like a sieve. So, it is called sieve plate. The thin-walled, elongated specialized parenchyma cells with the sieve elements are called companion cells. They assist the sieve tubes in the conduction of food materials. The parenchyma cells associated with phloem are known as phloem parenchyma. They store starch. The phloem fibers provide mechanical strength to the tissue. In today's class, we have discussed about permanent tissue and its types. To receive our online lessons, please press the subscribe button and you will receive the latest updates. Thank you, children.